This video was made possible thanks to the support of our incredible patrons. We are eternally grateful for your contributions to our channel.
Don't forget that you can support the channel for free and receive 10% off orders over $10 at Flipside Gaming by using the promo code Affinity at the checkout. Or if TCG play is more your thing, then be sure to use our affiliate link in the description below.
Hello everyone and welcome to another EDH gameplay video brought to you by Affinity for Commander. My name is Martin.
And my name is Alex.
Today's video comes from a different game store than our usual hangout, Geek Retreat Wirral. We would like to express our most sincere thanks to all of the staff and players here for giving us such a warm welcome, and we will definitely be returning for more Commander action in the future. On a side note, we still haven't found the perfect spot to set up our equipment in the store, so apologies for the glare in this game.
Also, we'd like to once again thank our friend Felipe over at Neo Royal House of Pricey Cardboard for redesigning our video overlay. We can't get over how much better it looks and want to thank you for all the hard work you've done. Be sure to check out Felipe's channel where he makes EDH gameplay video and deck improvement videos, which are becoming better and better with each passing week. We'll leave a link in the description. With that being said, let's take a look at those opening hands.
I am playing my Sidisi Brood Tyrant Self-Mill Zombie Tribal deck. I keep an opening hand of Grizzly Salvage, Acolyte of Affliction, Wonder, Sir Conrad the Grim, Dimir Guildgate and 2 Swamps.
I am playing my Estrid the Master Enchantment deck. I keep an opening hand containing Abundant Growth, Land Attacks, Eidolon of Blossoms, Nykthos Shrine to Nyx, Sunpetal Grove and a Plains.
Leon is playing his Locust God Wheel and Draw deck. His starting hand consists of Izzet Signet, Thought Vessel, Tolarian Winds, Mind Moil, 2 Islands and a Mountain.
And finally, Sam is playing his Golos Tireless Pilgrim 5 colour Good Stuff deck. His opening hand is made up of Omniscience, Homeward Path, Sea of Clouds, Cascade Bluffs, Gruul Guildgate and Canyon Slough.
Alex wins the die roll and starts the game off by playing a Plains. He then passes to Leon.
Leon plays an island and passes the turn.
I play Dimir Guildgate and end my turn.
Sam plays Gruul Guildgate and passes to me.
Alex plays Sunpetal Grove and then casts Abundant Growth, enchanting his Plains. He draws a card and passes the turn.
Leon plays a mountain and casts Thought Vessel before ending his turn.
I play Underground River and pass to Sam.
Sam plays Choked Estuary, revealing Canyon Slough to have it enter untapped. He then passes the turn.
Alex plays Nykthos Shrine to Nyx and casts Propaganda. He then ends his turn.
Leon plays an island and casts Felwar Stone. Next he casts Izzet Signet and passes to Martin.
I play a swamp and cast Pilfered Plans, targeting myself. I mill 2, draw 2 and pass the turn, discarding Filth in my discard phase.
Sam plays the Canyon Slough that he revealed last turn and then ends his turn.
Alex casts Land Tax and passes to Leon, missing his land drop. Sad times.
Leon plays an island and casts Gilded Lotus. How much ramp does he need? Leon then passes the turn.
I play a forest and cast my commander, Sidisi Brood Tyrant. I mill 3 cards with her ETB, milling a creature and making a 2/2 black zombie token in the process. With nothing more to do, I end my turn.
Sam plays Sea of Clouds and casts Chainer, Nightmare Adept, before passing to me.
Land Tax triggers in Alex's upkeep and he searches his library for a plains, an island and a forest before putting all 3 into his hand. Next he plays an island and casts Eidolon of Blossoms, drawing a card from her ETB. Alex then discards down to 7 and passes the turn.
Leon plays an island and casts his commander, the Locust God. Not yet finished, Leon casts Mind Moil and ends his turn.
I play Thornwood Falls, gaining a life, and then cast Path of Discovery. Moving to combat, I attack Sam with my commander and mill 3 non-creature cards of her ability. Not what I was hoping for, but oh well. Sam is unable to block due to the filth in my graveyard and takes 3 damage. I then pass the turn to Sam.
Sam plays Homeward Path and then casts Smothering Tithe. He then passes the turn.
In his upkeep, Alex searches his library for 3 more basic lands and puts them into his hand. He then draws for turn, allowing Sam to make a treasure token, and plays Fortified Village, revealing a plains to have it enter untapped. Next, Alex casts Control Magic, targeting the Locust God. He draws a card thanks to his Eidolon, and Sam creates another treasure. Alex then gains control of Leon's commander, much to Leon's dismay, discards down to 7 and ends his turn.
Sam makes a treasure in Leon's draw step, and Leon casts Perforos, God of the Forge. Mind Moil triggers, and Leon responds to the trigger by casting Mystical Tutor, triggering Mind Moil yet again. Leon puts the cards in his hand on the bottom of his library and draws a new card, making Sam another treasure. He then fails to find an instant or sorcery with his tutor, mistakenly thinking that Mystical Tutor puts a card into your hand, which he would then have to discard with the Mind Moil trigger on the stack. We'll blame it on the grief of me stealing his commander. The original Mind Moil activation then resolves, causing Leon to put the card in his hand on the bottom of his library and draw a new one. This time he pays 2 to stop Sam from making a treasure, and Perforos resolves at long last. Leon then plays Seagate Wreckage and passes to Martin.
Sam makes a treasure token when I draw for turn, and I cast Sir Conrad the Grim. This triggers Path of Discovery, and I reveal the top card of my library to be a forest before putting it into my hand. Next I play Simic Guildgate and move to combat, attacking Sam with Sidisi once again. Sidisi's ability triggers, causing me to mill 3 cards, all 3 of which turn out to be creatures. Sir Conrad deals 3 damage to each of my opponents, and I make a zombie, which triggers Path of Discovery. I put the creature on top of my library into my graveyard, putting a +1/+1 counter on my zombie, triggering Sir Conrad and triggering Sidisi once again. My opponents all lose 1 life, and I create another zombie, restarting the whole process once more. I reveal another creature, putting it into my graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on my zombie, ping everyone for 1, and create yet another zombie. This time I reveal a non-creature card, ending my zombie making, life-draining shenanigans, and Sidisi's attack finally continues. Sam takes 3 damage, and I pass the turn.
Sam plays Cascade Bluffs, and then casts Omniscience. The rest of the table let out a deep sigh, and Sam casts Joiner Adept as his free first spell. Bit underwhelming really. Next he casts Ulamog the Infinite Gaia, destroying Sir Conrad with his cast trigger. Now that's more like it. Still not finished, Sam casts Avacyn, Angel of Hope, giving the rest of his board indestructible, and then ends his turn.
Sam makes a treasure in Alex's draw step, and Alex makes a 1/1 blue-red insect token with flying and haste thanks to Leon's Locust God. Next Alex casts Heliod, God of the Sun, drawing a card from Eidolon of Blossoms. Sam makes a treasure, Alex makes an insect, and Alex plays a forest before casting Sterling Grove. He draws a card, Sam makes a treasure, and Alex makes another insect. Happy with his turn, Alex passes to Leon.
Leon pays 2 for Sam's Smothering Tithe trigger, and then casts Skull Clamp. Mind Moil triggers, but fizzles considering the lack of cards in his hand, and Leon passes the turn.
I draw, giving Sam a treasure, and play an island. I then cast him as Mericorp, followed by Acolyte of Affliction. Path of Discovery triggers, putting Command Tower into my hand, and I mill 2 cards with the Acolyte's ETB. I mill a creature, return Sir Conrad to my hand, and make a zombie. This triggers the Path of Discovery Sidisi zombie loop once again, which leaves me with 2 3/3 zombies and a 2/2 zombie before I hit a non-creature card. Moving to combat, I attack Sam with 4 zombies and my commander, causing Sidisi's ability to mill me for 3. I mill a creature, creating a zombie, but sadly mill a non-land card of my Path trigger. Sam then takes 12 damage, and I end my turn.
Sam mills 5 in his upkeep thanks to Martin's Mesmeric Orb, and plays Clifftop Retreat. Next he casts his commander, Golos, Tireless Pilgrim, and searches his library for Mosswar Bridge before putting it into play tapped. The Land's Hardware ability triggers, allowing Sam to exile one of the top 4 cards of his library, and Sam then moves to combat. He attacks Martin with Avacyn and Ulamog, forcing Martin to sacrifice 4 permanents with the Eldrazi's Annihilate trigger. Martin sacrifices 4 zombies and blocks Ulamog with a 5th zombie. He then takes 8 damage from Avison, and Sam passes to me.
Alex mills 7, draws, makes a locust and makes Sam a treasure. He then casts Overgrowth, enchanting his island, and draws another card of his Eidolon. Alex makes another locust, Sam makes another treasure, and Alex casts Aegis of the Gods. Alex draws, Sam makes a treasure, Alex makes a locust, and Alex casts Burgeoning. He draws another card, Sam makes another treasure, and Alex makes another locust. Honestly, this is getting ridiculous now. Moving to combat, Alex attacks Sam with his 7 flying, hasty, vigilant insects, and Sam blocks one of the locusts of Avison. He takes 6 damage, and Alex passes the turn.
Leon mills 3, pays 2 for Smothering Tithe, and casts Mystic Remora. Mind Moil triggers, fizzles, and Leon ends his turn. Martin responds by tapping his untapped land, and then moves to his turn.
In my upkeep, I begin the monumental task of resolving 9 Mesmeric Orb triggers, which are interrupted by multiple Sidisi triggers, which in turn cause a number of Path of Discovery triggers. To cut a long and complicated story short, by the time I move to my draw phase, I have gained 3 zombies, put several land into my hand, and have milled a large number of cards. Thank Urza for fast forward buttons, am I right? Upkeep resolved, I cast Sir Conrad, triggering Path of Discovery once again. I mill a creature card, triggering Sidisi, and end up with 4 more zombies by the time that I hit a non-creature card with my path. Sir Conrad then triggers, dealing 4 damage to all of my opponents, and the stack is left empty once again. Moving to combat, I attack Sam with a horde of zombies and my acolytes, and Leon with Sidisi and a single zombie. Knowing that he is about to die, Sam activates his Homeward Path, returning the Locust God to Leon's control. I guess some men just want to watch the world burn. Sidisi then triggers, milling me a creature and making me a zombie. Path of Discovery then mills me another creature, making a second zombie, but then hits a land, ending the process. Sir Conrad then deals my opponents 2 damage each, and combat damage then occurs. Leon takes 6, and Sam takes a lethal dose of undead, knocking him out of the game. I then passed Alex, discarding down to 7 with one of these cards being Wonder, giving my army of Flesh Munchers flying. Alex then proceeds to his turn.
I mill 6 in my upkeep, play Nimbus Maze, and cast Enchanted Evening. I don't pay the Mystic Remora tax, allowing Leon to draw a card, which makes him an insect token thanks to his recently returned commander. Martin and I then take 2 from Perforos, and I draw a card from my Eidolon of Blossoms. Next I cast my commander, Estrid the Masked, letting Leon draw once more. Martin and I take 2, and I activate Estrid's +2 ability, tapping both of my enchanted lands to float 4 mana before the ability resolves. I then untap the 2 lands, mill 2 from Mesmeric Orb, and sacrifice my Sacred Grove. I search my library for Detention Sphere, putting it into my hand, and then cast it. I let Leon draw, have Perforos deal 2 damage to Martin and myself, and draw from my Eidolon. I choose to exile one of Martin's zombies with a sphere, which has the knock-on effect of exiling every other zombie on the board. Martin scoops up the majority of his board, weeping heavily as he does so, and I move to combat. I attack Martin with my insects and Heliod, dealing him 11 damage, and then pass the turn.
Leon mills 3, pays for his Mystic Remora's upkeep trigger, and plays a mountain. He then equips his Skull Clamp to an insect, killing it and drawing 2 cards. This creates 2 new locusts and deals Alex and I 4 damage due to Perforos. Leon repeats this process over and over until our life totals are reduced to 0, winning him the game. Well, that's it for another game. It looks like Alex and I were so busy looking for ways to deal with Sam and each other that we completely overlooked Leon's cheeky little combo. We'd like to once again give a huge thanks to Sam, Leon, and everyone else at Geek Retreat Wirral for their warm welcome, and we'll definitely be seeing you again soon. That's it for now though, we'll see you next time. Moving to combat, Alex attacks Sam with his 7...
That's the outro.